Ilia Topuria reacted today to winning Knockout of the Year for his finish over Charles Oliveira, and he wasted no time letting people know he expects a repeat. On X, Ilia wrote that the award for Best Knockout of 2026 will also be his. Fans jumped into the comments, and Ilia didn't shy away from answering back. When someone asked when he plans to fight again, Ilia replied, April to June. Another fan suggested Arman Tsarukyan, and Ilia shut that down fast, saying he wants the winner between Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje. Someone else wrote that Islam Makhachev would submit him, and Ilia responded, not even in his dreams, he's bad even at dreaming. When asked if he could knock Arman out, Ilia answered with one word, easy. Meanwhile, Paddy Pimblett was asked about Ilia, and even though those two don't like each other, Paddy said he would never bring up Ilia's personal issues. He said he doesn't wish family problems on anyone, and that fights should be settled in the Octagon, not by talking about divorces or kids online. Paddy finished by saying he hopes Ilia sorts everything out quickly so they can fight. Outside the cage, Kamaru Usman's brother, Mohammed Usman, released a statement after receiving a 2.5-year suspension for an anti-doping violation. He posted a photo to Instagram saying he made a mistake during recovery, takes full responsibility, and is using the time to focus on his health and family. He thanked the UFC and his coaches for their support and said he's committed to doing things the right way moving forward. In matchmaking news, Israel Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer will headline UFC Seattle on March 28th. A clip resurfaced of Pyfer praising Izzy for how he handled himself during fight week and how he bounced back to knock out Alex Pereira in their rematch. Izzy actually commented on that clip saying he remembers Pyfer being cool, but now they have to handle business. Curtis Blaydes also weighed in, saying people are underestimating Izzy because he's on a losing streak, but the UFC still uses his name to test new contenders. Blaydes said that regardless of what happens, Izzy is a legend, puts people in seats, and needs to be appreciated while he's still active. Dustin Poirier shared a funny moment from his fight with Max Holloway. He said Max pointed to the canvas in the final seconds, inviting him to stand and bang. Dustin admitted he checked the clock first because his wife told him the night before not to do it. He said he'd only throw for the final 10 seconds, not 20, because that can change everything. Max is set to defend the BMF title against Charles Oliveira at UFC 326, and he says his ultimate goal is to avenge his loss to Ilia Topuria. Max wants a scenario where the BMF belt and the undisputed lightweight title are both on the line next time they meet. Alexander Volkanovski also spoke, saying he accepted a rematch with Diego Lopes to remind people he's still a dominant champion. He said this fight isn't just another defense, it's a statement. Justin Gaethje gave his own preview of his matchup with Paddy Pimblett at UFC 324. Justin promised he will turn Paddy into a wrestler, saying Paddy hits hard but leaves openings, and at this level, one mistake is all it takes. Khamzat Chimaev revealed which fight he found harder between Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman. He said the Usman fight was tougher because he moved training camps and didn't have a full team around him, while most of his other fights felt fun and fast once he was in the cage. Big UFC broadcasting news also dropped today. Dana White announced that the entire UFC library is now available on Paramount+. He said fans can go back and watch old fights, weigh-ins, press conferences and full archives while waiting for UFC 324, which will be the first event streamed live on the platform. Alex Pereira has returned to Brazil and was spotted filming a documentary at the tire shop where he used to work. Fans noticed that one of the tires had Next Jones written on it, adding fuel to the conversation around a potential fight with John Jones. Dana White was asked about that matchup this week and said he doesn't hate the idea as much as people think, but the problem is trusting John to stay committed for something that high profile. And speaking of big fights, Jorge Masvidal teased that he's training for something huge, and when pressed about Conor McGregor, he refused to confirm or deny. He said he's Trump's favorite fighter and that fans will know more soon. If you missed it, Dana recently shut down the idea of McGregor fighting Michael Chandler on the White House card, and Conor responded by saying he'll fight whoever they want. What do you think about McGregor versus Masvidal? Let me know in the comments. And that's going to wrap it up for today's news. Thanks for watching. If you want daily MMA updates, make sure you're subscribed. I'll see you in the next one.